It's time for Financial Battle. On this episode, you will see these two teams battle it out to win various prizes and a huge cash prize of $500,000. Let us meet the contestants. Up first, we have the Fireballs, featuring Gavin, Ava Gardner, Brady, Ava Aucoin, and Emily, going up against the Flash Floods, featuring Brandt, Martin, Caden, Carsyn, and Emilia. Who will win this episode? The Fireballs or the Flash Floods? Find out today on Financial Battle. And now, the moment you have been waiting for. The star of our show, the one, the only, Khalil Nelson.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. But anyways, you all are now watching Financial Battle Episode 2. Back in the previous episode, we had the hurricanes and the wildfires compete against each other, with the hurricanes winning it all. And now, we have a new set of teams battling against each other for prizes and $500,000, with the recap being discussed. Let us meet the competitors! Howdy Brandt, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks for asking. I must say, it's a very good opportunity to be competing on the show.
That is very good to hear.
In addition, me and my crew came up with the team name, the Flash Floods.
Holy mackerel! I absolutely love the gang name! Now, do you mind introducing the homies to the viewers and audience?
I was just about to do that. As you can see, I'm Brandt Lavin. Next to me is Martin Loeske. Thirdly, we have Caden Messina. Up fourth, we have Carsyn Captedeville. And lastly, we have Emilia Williams.
Holy crap, people. We have a returning contestant on the show already. Holy shit!
Yup. That's me. Back at it again.
Wait. Don't drop the soap yet. You are back for another shot at the prizes.
Fuck yeah, I am.
And speaking of returning, he was the one who told me about the show, hence, how we are able to compete.
Hell yeah, bitches. That's what I am talking about. Spread the word. Y'all have now met the Flash Floods. Now let us meet the opposing team. Oh, what's good, Gavin? How is it going?
It's going pretty chill if you ask me. And also, we can't wait to win this episode.
Yeah, I can already smell the scent of V.
Damn! I am loving the enthusiasm.
And speaking of which, me and my gangmates came up with the gang name, the Fireballs.
Okay! I can rock and roll with that gang name. Now do you mind introducing the game to the viewers and audience?
With pleasure. To start off, I am Gavin Murphy. Right beside me is Ava Gardner. Up third is Braden Carroll, or Brady for short. Next, we have Ava Aucoin. And lastly, we have Emily Watson.
Interesting. We have two Avas competing today. Now that you folks have met the two teams, let's get into it. Fireballs, are you ready?
Damn right we are.
Flash Floods, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Are y'all ready? Yeah! Then let's battle for some prizes and cash. I need Gavin and Brandt up to the podium. Okay boys, so here is the game plan. This is the first round of all 3 rounds in the game. In round 1, there are 8 questions, and your task is to guess the top 7 answers that are on the screen. There will be a 3-strike system in place for every question. If somehow, someway, you manage to get 3 strikes on a question, the other team gets to steal the points, and you won't get any at all. Are we clear?
We got it.
Good. Here is the first question. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles. Gavin.
Here is the meat of the city itself, Hollywood.
Ah yes. The most obvious one. Is it up there? Dang! Hollywood was our top answer. Pass or play?
Yeah. We are definitely playing.
You heard the lad. They are taking the first question of the round. Alright, Ava Gardner, name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
Is Venice Beach an option?
I can't tell you. Only the screen can. Is Venice Beach there? Sorry, Miss Gardner, but that is strike number 1.
What? Already? But how?
We now come to you, Brady. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
Universal Studios, a popular theme park.
Good answer. But are we going on any rides today? Hell yeah! 17 free rides for y'all. Third populous answer. The mic now passes to Ava Aucoin. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
Griffith Park and Griffith Observatory.
I'm sorry, but you can only pick one answer.
Okay, go with Griffith Park then.
If you say so, give me Griffith Park. Now that was a smart choice, despite being only worth 14 points. We now come to you, Emily. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
Beverly Hills, also known as Celebrity Haven.
Sounds just about right, but will we be meeting any famous celebrity right here, right now? Sorry, Emily, but you are not meeting Taylor Swift.
What the fuck? How is that not an answer?
I mean, pretty much every teenage girl is obsessed with T Swift. Facts or BS?
I mean, that is 100% based.
Oh please. That bitch is overrated as fuck.
Oh, don't deny it. I know you literally have a damn poster of her in your room. Plus, you keep on making fan art of her whenever you lay eyes on her and Travis.
How the fuck did you know that?
Holy shit. Do you actually?
Shut up, Emilia.
Yo, Carsyn, mind if I see some of that?
I said shut the fuck up. What part did you not understand that?
Why there? Was that necessary?
The fuck do you think?
Okay, let's get back on track. Let's see if Gavin can come up with a better answer. Now, you cannot miss this one at all, because if you do, the Flash Floods gets to steal. So please think this one through. But anyways, name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
Alright. Some people probably don't know this, but OG Disneyland.
I can see that you are desperate, but is it your saving grace?
Oh, what a miracle.
Yup! That was our second highest answer. But don't get too excited yet. You still have 3 more slots. The camera goes back to you, Ava G. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
The Los Angeles Angels. A baseball team.
Ah, yes. It's the postseason. Are we seeing any highlights? Yeah! 11 minutes of baseball highlights, plus 2 slots remaining. It's back to you, Sir Carol. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
How about some bad LA bitches?
Seriously. That's not even a fucking option.
You gotta admit, it was kinda funny.
Yeah. When it turns out to be complete bullshit.
Not sure if it's there, but what the heck? Give us some hose. Oh wow! It looks like Brady's joke answer was actually there.
Seriously, how the hell is that they're over Beverly Hills?
Don't know, don't care.
Says the one who is so damn obsessed with sandwich.
Can we not do this right now?
Not gonna lie,
Silence, cheer brat.
I am not even the cheerleader for your information.
Whatever.
Seriously, you two, there is a game show still in progress.
Yeah. Gavin is right. We need to stay focused. It's back to you, Ava Aucoin. You guys still have 2 strikes, so you cannot miss this one. If answered correctly, you get the full points. If not, the Flash Floods gets to steal. Think carefully. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
How about the Grove?
The what now?
You know, a shopping center close to the farmer's market in LA.
Dang. I never knew what that was until now. Give us the Grove. Sorry, Ava, but you just gave your team strike number 3.
Damn it.
This means that the Flash Floods gets to steal. Alright, Brandt, this is your chance to get some points. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
Now, I was thinking of going with the Lakers.
Kobe! Talk about basketball, but did we shoot any hoops? Sorry, Brandt, you didn't make the league. Let's see what Martin has in store. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
The Getty Center, a museum home to a vast collection of art.
Thanks for the trivia, but is it on the screen? Martin. That is strike number 2.
What? 2 strikes already. Caden, you cannot miss this one.
I know.
Speaking of Caden, the ball now passes to him. As you can see, there is only 1 empty slot left. Like Martin said, you cannot miss this question. For if you do, the answer will be revealed, and you will not get any credit. So think before answering. Name something that is associated with Los Angeles.
Not necessarily an attraction, but the cost of living there is over the roof.
True, their cost of living is high, but does the screen concur? The score currently sits at Fireball 0. Flash Floods 98 points. We are now on to question number 2. I need Ava Gardner and Martin up to the podium. Okay folks, here is the second question. Name a famous landmark. Martin.
Let's start with the Eiffel Tower. Does that remind you of something?
Why yes. It reminds me of the 2024 Summer Olympics.
Like Ava said, are we going to see any throwbacks right now? Thanks for a 19-minute highlight. Pass or play?
Yeah. We definitely select play.
And just like that, people, they are gonna play! Okay, Mr. Messina, name a famous landmark.
This dates back to ancient times, the Great Sphinx.
Yeah. This is historical, but will the screen open a history book? My question is, whatever happened to its nose? We now come to Carsyn, Capedeville. Name a famous landmark.
The Taj Mahal, did you know it's a symbol of love?
Yup. I know that beforehand. Is there though? Huh. Why is love the bottom answer? Let's see what Emilia got. Name a famous landmark.
An underground icon, the Sydney Opera House.
Like you said, it's an icon. Give us the Sydney Opera House. So far, so good. Not a single strike. The ball now passes to Brandt. Lavin. Name a famous landmark.
How can you miss this one? The Statue of Liberty.
Thank you. I was waiting for someone to freaking say it. The Statue of Liberty. Fuck yeah! It was our top answer, worth 25 points. 2 slots remain. The floor is all yours, Martin. Name a famous landmark.
Another historical one, the Colosseum, which dates back to ancient Rome.
Again, thanks for the trivia. Is it on the screen though? Oh cool! Only 1 slot left. Now, what the heck is our second answer?
Why do I have this feeling that we are not going to get a strike?
Don't fucking jinx it.
What? It was just a hypothesis.
Clearly you don't know that these things are unpredictable.
Nah. You are wrong, just watch.
You better be right though.
We come back to you, Caden, for this one. If you get this one correct, you get full points. But if not, you get a strike. Anyways, name a famous landmark.
The Golden Gate Bridge, located in San Francisco.
Good answer. But, is it up there on the screen? Sorry, Caden, but that is strike number 1.
What the hell?
Ha! I told you so. Who is laughing now?
Damn it, Caden, you had to ruin my hypothesis.
Well now. I didn't know that it was gonna be a strike.
Silence so we can move on already.
Fine. Whatever.
Alright, Miss Capedeville, it's back to you. Again, name a famous landmark.
Is the screen looking for the Big Ben?
Carsyn, I can't answer that. Only the screen can. Give us the Big Ben. And the score currently sits at Fireballs 0, Flash Floods 210. We are now on to question number 3. I need Brady and Caden up to the podium. Okay, here is the third question. Name something that teens hate about school. Brady.
Let's face it, those early mornings can be draining.
Yeah. That's something I can agree on.
Yeah. Most teens don't have the energy at 7 in the morning. Hopefully it's there. Now that was a pretty soiled start. Pass or play?
You know it, we are going to play.
That's right, folks! They are gonna answer question 3. Alright, Miss Aucoin, name something that teens hate about school.
Ugh. Those shitty math classes such as algebra.
You know, math isn't that terrible if you know what.
My question is, who the fuck asked?
Yeah, it's so frustrating and tedious.
Tell you girls what, if it's up there, I will give you both $50 each. But if not, then the 2 of you have to give $100 in total. Deal?
You got yourself a bet.
Prepare to lose $100 fucking dollars.
Don't get too cocky just yet. We don't know whose side the screen is on. Wait! What the hell?
Oh my god. You should have seen the look on your face.
Now hand it over.
Okay. You got me. Split this between the 2 of you.
Oh, I am gonna have a lot of fun with this.
Hey. What about my share?
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Here is your hat.
Speaking of shares, the ball now passes to Emily. Name something that teens hate about school.
A fucking bitch of a teacher that treats students like dirt.
Yeah. Those teachers deserve to be fired for all I care. Does the screen even understand?
At least this thing has common sense.
Sounds just about accurate. Alright, Gavin, your time has come. Name something that teens hate about school.
One thing, the work they be dishing out is astronomical, as in, a shit ton of assignments and tests.
Yeah. They should assign less work, but are we in agreement? Top answer. Pretty damn based if you ask me. The mic now passes to you, Miss Gardner. Name something that teens hate about school.
Definitely bullying, but schools don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Say it louder for those in the back. This thing better agree or so help me.
Are you fucking shitting me? It's the bottom answer.
That's what I am wondering as well.
But in other news, there is a high chance we won't get a single strike.
Sorry Emily, but we can't say that just yet. Remember, the game can go in any direction.
Yeah. Gavin does have a fair point. Don't be overconfident like Miss Carsyn over there.
We fucking get it. My hypothesis earlier was wrong. Wrong because of Caden.
Don't start.
But let's dismiss that and move on. You guessed it, it's back to Brady. Name something that teens hate about school.
Sad truth as of late, but school shootings.
Sad but true. There should be no reason why school should be a day of survival.
It should be higher up on the list, but at least the screen didn't ignore this never-ending epidemic.
Agreed.
True, but let's not dwell on that depressing fact. But anyways, it's back to you Ava Aucoin. Name something that teens hate about school.
Standardized tests such as the ACT can be extremely stressful and nerve-wracking.
Yep. That thing is like a prison trial.
Now I wouldn't compare it to a court case, but yeah, it's like if you fail, it's game over.
They are always portrayed as life or death. Give me standardized tests.
Hell! Yeah, my prediction came true.
Finally on the scoreboard. The fireballs are at 126, and the flash floods are at 210 points. But anyways, we are now on to question 4. I need Aucoin and Carsyn up to the podium. Okay girls, here's the 4th question. Besides London, name a city in the UK. Carsyn.
Why not go with Bristol?
Known for its street art and historic labor. Give us Bristol. A little away from the top 3, but alright, pass or play.
Yeah. We select play.
That's right people, they are going up to Europe. Here we are Emilia. Besides London, name a city in the UK.
Oxford, the educational and historical puff of England.
True, it has a prestigious university, but are we getting accepted? Oh wow! It was our top answer at 29 points. It's your turn Lord Lavin. Besides London, name a city in the UK.
Cardiff, the capital city of Wales.
Good answer, but is it up there? Sorry Brandt, but Cardiff wasn't an option, so that is strike number 1. Let's see if Martin has a better response. Besides London, name a city in the UK.
You know, the last 4 letters of New York.
Dude, just say the fucking answer.
Seriously Carsyn, it's literally York, hence, the last 4 letters of New York.
Well, next time be a bit more direct.
No need. I already get where he is coming at with that response. Is it up there? Give US York.
Second to last answer, not complaining.
I mean, it could have been strike 2.
That's fair enough.
The mic now passes to Caden. Besides London, name a city in the UK.
Liverpool, which is famous for the Beatles.
A classic, plus a soccer team named after the city. Surely it is up there. Now we can freely play 23 songs by the Beatles, plus watch soccer as well. We now come back to you Carsyn. Besides London, name a city in the UK.
Is Glasgow an option?
I'm not sure, but I can verify for you. Give us Glasgow. Oh, that's strike number 2. One more and the fireballs gets to steal.
Ah, dang it.
The floor now passes back to Miss Williams. Now Emilia, you cannot slip up on this one. Y'all are on 2 strikes for this question, and the fireballs are on the verge of stealing, so be very careful. Back to the question. Besides London, name a city in the UK.
Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland.
I can see that Emilia here is nervous.
Yeah, no shit, Captain Obvious.
She answered with Edinburgh, but will it pop on the screen for an option? Damn. Edinburgh did not make the cut. Y'all are now on strike 3.
What? But, why?
I don't know Emilia. Now let's see what the fireballs got for this question. Now Gavin, this is your chance to catch up, but on to the question. Besides London, name a city in the UK.
Here is a question. Have you ever heard of Titanic?
I mean, it's more known than the Bible at this point.
That, my friend, is where Belfast comes into play.
Now for all my Titanic lovers out there, get ready to potentially see a snippet. Well folks, looks like I spoke too soon.
Ugh, way to overhype us with a wrong answer.
Dude. It's literally a city in the United Kingdom. He was only answering the fucking question.
Well said. I can't fucking read the screen.
Once again, sorry for the inconvenience. Let's see what's up with Ava Gardner. Besides London, name a city in the UK.
So far, The correct answers are cities in England, so the screen is most likely looking for cities in England, so maybe Manchester is the second answer.
Now that's a very good observation. Give me Manchester.
Holy fuck. I actually guessed it right. Second place.
Let's go.
Oh, we are going all right. To you that is. With all that enthusiasm, you better not miss this one. You already know. Besides London, name a city in the UK.
A university city, which is Cambridge in East England.
Yup. Known for its ancient university and stunning architecture, is Cambridge on the screen. And coincidentally, slot number 7 is the last empty slot. And speaking of last, it's now Ava's chance to answer. Be warned, if you get this incorrect, it's a second strike. But anyways, besides London, name a city in the UK.
Birmingham.
Ava, that is a good answer. But, will it pop up on the screen? The Fireballs are finally ahead in points, with a solid 266. Flash Floods are at 210, leading by a 56-point margin. Here we are, halfway done with round 1. We are now on to question 5. I need Emily and Emilia up to the podium. Okay girls, here's the 5th question. Name a city that begins with M. Emily.
Emma start with Minneapolis, Minnesota, known for its art, outdoor activity, and culture.
Yo, imagine if she actually gets a strike.
Quiet, Emilia. Now, let's see if Minneapolis is on the screen. Oh wow! Third answer, pass or play.
You bet your ass we are playing.
That's right! They are gonna play. Alright Gavin, name a CIT that begins with M.
How about Madison, Wisconsin?
Nice answer, but did Madison made the cut?
I mean, I can see why it would be the bottom answer.
Yeah, it's not but talked about.
The mic now passes to Miss Ava Gardner. Name a city that begins with M.
I'm going with Manchester. My lucky guess from last time.
Okay. Let's see if your little lucky charm comes back. Sorry to say this, but you ran out of 4-leaf clovers. So that's strike number 1.
Okay, I am wondering what went wrong right here.
Now let's go to Brady. Name a city that begins with M.
Miami. And why do I have this feeling it's the top answer?
I don't know, but we can see if you are feeling right.
Oh, I must have felt wrong.
But hey, you were actually close, so props I guess. We come to you, Miss Aucoin. Name a city that begins with M.
Melbourne, another city down under.
Ah yes. Known for its coffee culture, is it there though? Dang! Melbourne was actually our top answer. It's now back to you, Emily. Name a city that begins with M.
Is Montreal a definite answer?
I am not entirely sure, but there is only one way to find out. Oh yeah. Let's embrace some French culture. Only 2 slots left. The floor passes back to you, Sir Murphy. Name a city that begins with M.
How about Mumbai, India, which is known for Bollywood and its bustling streets, and for Indian scammers as well.
I'm pretty sure that's just a stereotype.
But if you think about it, most scam callers are in India. Am I right or wrong?
I mean, that's technically true due to various call centers. But let's disregard that. Are we traveling to Mumbai, India today? Oh really? We have 2 answers worth the exact same amount of points. Now that's rare. This last slot goes to Ava Gardner. As I just stated, the 5th answer is yet to be revealed. If you get this one right, you receive full points. But if not, it's strike number 2. Got that?
Sir, yes, sir.
Good. But anyways, name a city that begins with M.
Oh, I know. It's definitely Moscow, the capital of Russia.
Ava. I am loving the peppiness. But remember, this could be strike 2. But regardless, give me Moscow. Oh yeah! The scoreboard now reads Fireballs at 437 points and Flash Floods at 210 points respectively, which now moves us to the 6th question. I need Gavin and Brandt up to the podium. Here we are, question number 6 of the round. Name something that is associated with Las Vegas. Brandt.
Why not start with the most obvious one, gambling?
You are right, and besides, what good is Vegas without casinos?
I can already spoil it for you. It's definitely gonna appear in the top 3 for sure.
Maybe, maybe not. But let's see if it is even there.
You're fucking kidding me, right?
Nah, it's clearly legitimate. But seriously though, how the fuck is gambling number 5, and not at least number 3?
Please tell me there is some type of glitch in the system.
To start off, you spoiled wrong. It is number 5, not the top 3. And secondly, you do have a fair point. I am gonna have to question this later on. But regardless of that, pass or play.
We're definitely playing, and besides, we're lacking in points.
True, y'all are currently lacking in points. So let's see what you guys are made of. Alright, Mr. Loeske, name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
Let's see now. Casinos are popular there.
Bruh. I literally said the same thing.
No, you didn't. You said gambling earlier.
Dude, you go to a casino to gamble, so they are connected.
Seriously, do we have to debate over this? Just go with the goddamn answer already.
Good call, Emilia. I was just gonna do that anyways. But, are we going to any casinos today?
Now your answer doesn't mean jack shit, so I win.
I honestly don't care right now.
But hey, if it makes you feel any better, I have managed to steal one of Carsyn's T-Swift drawings.
Seriously, don't fucking start again with that overrated bitch.
Yo, chill out. I was actually kidding about having a T-Swift drawing. Instead, it's just lines of doodle made by me, Martin Loeske.
Holy crap, dude, is that a picture of freaking Aubrey Barnes?
Wait, what are you talking about? I didn't have a drawing. In fact, what does drawing even mean again?
Don't act all surprised, we all saw that.
We all saw what now?
Sweet relief, I am.
Not so fast. He was drawing pictures of Aubrey Barnes. Hell, one of them had a heart symbol.
Oh, I get it now. Now that's totally sick.
Say, who is this Aubrey chick?
Seriously, all of you, shut the fucking hell up. And besides, it doesn't even concern y'all anyways.
Sorry dude, it just looked like her.
Still, I am curious on who on earth is Aubrey Barnes.
Forget it, it's not even that important.
Aside talking about another person, we really need to move on. And yes, it's now Caden's turn to answer a question. Name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
I'm going with the Mirage Volcano.
Now, this is an icon, but is it up there though? Sorry Caden, but the Mirage Volcano is not it.
Oh well. I need to lock in.
I guess so, but let's see what Miss Carsyn has for us. Name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
Neon lights has definitely got to be there.
Remember, we can't just assume the answer. It could, or could not be there. No surprise there, the nightlife is actually insane. We come to you, Miss Williams. Name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
All-you-can-eat buffet.
Damn. I'm getting kinda hungry, but are we getting a buffet? Oh dang. No buffet for us today, but as for you flash floods, you are on strike too. One more and the fireballs gets to steal.
Okay bro, you gotta lock in.
Let's see what Brandt can do for us. Now, you cannot get this one wrong. As in, one wrong move can make the fireballs steal this question. But moving on, name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
Damn it. This is just some wild shit, so I'm just gonna randomly guess the high roller.
I see that you are struggling right now, but who knows, it could be a potential option. Come on now. Hate to break it you Mr. Lavin, but you just gave your team strike number 3. The high roller was clearly not the saving grace.
It's okay, at least you tried.
This means that the fireballs gets to steal. I'll tell you, the flash floods fumbled this one, so this is your chance for more points. Name something that is associated with Las Vegasm.
Arguably the second most important aspect, but the strip itself.
Ah yes! The luxurious part of Vegas. Will we be spending the night? Again, not surprised. But as for my Vegas lovers, get ready for almost a month of luxury in hotels and casinos. Miss Gardner, you are next. Name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
How about the fountains of Bellagio?
Now that's hella attractive. Is it on the screen? Huh. For some reason I thought it was gonna be a strike.
Oh well, you were wrong.
And I am 100% aware, Captain Obvious. Mr. Carroll, it's your turn to answer. Name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
Those showgirls that perform at nightclubs.
Almost like a certain dance team that I know and like. Give us the showgirls. So far a clean slate, only one empty slot remains. And now, Ava Aucoin gets a chance to give her 2 cents. Now, it's pretty obvious at this point. There's only one empty slot remaining. Answer correctly, you get full points. If you answer wrong, it's strike number 1. Got it?
We're clear.
Good. Name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
We're going with the Bellagio Conservatory and Botanical Gardens.
Like I said, only one more response is needed to clear the screen. Is the Bellagio Conservatory and Botanical Gardens the missing piece?
Yes. It's actually the missing one.
Hold up, we can't say for sure, but let's check first.
Damn it. Overconfidence again.
I was going to say that, but okay, let's see what Emily has in store. Now, Miss Aucoin gave you a strike just now. If you get this one wrong, it's strike number 2. But anyways, let's rock and roll. Name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
The Venetian.
Frick yeah, that looks so damn good. Am I going there right now? Damn, this thing is brutal. But as for you, Emily, your team now has a second strike. One more and the answer will be revealed.
Oh dang, but I can't help but wonder what would happen if we got a third strike.
Probably reveal the answer or some shit.
Yeah. That's actually right. We now come back to you, Mr. Murphy. No need for explanations as I already answered Ava's and Brady's question. Aside that, name something that is associated with Las Vegas.
Fucking hell, this one is tough, but wedding chapels.
Kind of a tough spot, but who knows? It could be a potential solution. Give me wedding chapels. Sorry, it didn't help. It's strike 3. No points for you.
Oh damn.
I wonder what answer 6 was.
I'ma tell you right now. We are about to find out for ourselves. What does the screen say? Cirque du Soleil. That was the 6th answer. Okay, now let's move on to question number 7. I need Ava Gardner and Martin up to the podium. Yup. This is the second to last question of round 1. Let's rock and roll. Name a city that begins with H. Ava Gardner.
Halifax, a historic port city, and also the capital of Nova Scotia in Canada.
True. I already knew that. Will it appear in front of us though? Oh wow! Started off in the top 3. Pass or play?
Between me and you, I hope she selects pass.
Same here. We don't really know much cities starting with H.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to pass, since I don't know too much answers.
Good call.
You hear that, Martin? They passed, so you are playing by default.
Alright then, guess we can handle it.
That's good to know. But let's knock this one out. So Caden, name a city that begins with H.
Houston, Texas. And it's definitely the top answer, lol.
Slow down, Speedy Gonzalez. We don't know for sure if it's up there.
Ha! Told you it would be the top answer.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Well, Carsyn, it's now your turn. Name a city that begins with H.
Now this is a state capital, Hartford, located in Connecticut.
Good response, but will it pop up right now? Bottom answer worth 19 points. Not too terrible if you ask me. The floor now passes to you, Emilia. Name a city that begins with H.
HMMM, let's go with Havana, Cuba.
Not gonna lie, your answer seems unclear to me. But hey, it could be there. Give me Havana. Sorry, Emilia, but that is absolutely wrong. You know the drill. It's now strike 1. The mic now passes to you, Sir Lavin. Name a city that begins with H.
Honolulu, Hawaii, another tropical area in the country. And trust me when I say this, the beaches are absolutely beautiful.
Stop! You are literally making me jealous right now. I always thought of going there at some point. Maybe, just maybe, the screen will let that be a reality. Fuck yeah! Let's go! A month in Hawaii, LOL. But enough of that now, and let's go to Mr. Martin Loeske. Name a city that begins with H.
Hamilton, the largest city on New Zealand's North Island. Also, it's known for its harbor and cultural attractions.
Why, thanks for the trivia, Martin. The question is it useful right now? Yeah, that perfectly answered my question. But only 2 slots remain for this question. Let's see. We are back to Caden again. Name a city that begins with H.
Now. The city is actually down under, Hobart, Australia.
Now, I don't think I have heard of Hobart.
If you just let me finish, I was going to say it's not talked about much.
Okay, now this is new. Never heard of it.
Should have said this earlier, but it's also known for its natural beauty as well.
Thank you for that. Better hope it's there.
Oh damn. That was a lucky guess.
You can say that again. I wonder what answer number 5 is. And that's for Carsyn to figure out. Like I said earlier, there is only one empty slot left. Your task is to guess answer number 5. If you get this one wrong, a second strike will occur, so think wisely. You ready to rock and roll?
I am ready.
Good. Name a city that begins with H.
Yet another capital, Helsinki, which is the capital of Finland. Also, is it the exact answer to the 5th slot?
Miss Capedeville, that's a good response. But, I cannot tell you if it's the exact answer or not. We are gonna have to check the screen. Give me Helsinki, Finland. And the scoreboard now reads, the Fireballs are at 437 points, while the Flash Floods are now up to 406. However, Fireballs still lead with a 31-point margin. We are now on to the final question of the round. I need Braden and Caden up to the podium. Yup. 8th and final question of round 1. So here we go. Name a type of cheese. Caden.
Easy start. Cheddar.
Yup. That's pretty respectable. Is it a definite solution though? Now that's a solid basis to start from. Pass or play?
You know it. We are playing.
That's right, people. The Floods are taking the last question of our one. Yes, Miss Carsyn, you are to name me a type of cheese.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
I don't see why not.
Do you happen to like mozzarella cheese? Because if you do, then that's my answer.
Yeah. I actually like mozzarella cheese, especially on pasta and other Italian dishes. Come on screen. Do me a favor. Oh good. It's in our top 3, which is actually sensible. The ball now passes to you, Emilia. Name a type of cheese.
Now, I would say Swiss cheese, but it may or may not be up there.
Now that is actually true, but let's see first before we jump to conclusions. Well, Emilia, you were actually on the nay side for this one, and that answer was worth 33 points. Come on, Mr. Lavin, show us what you got. Name a type of cheese.
Let's go with camembert.
What the heck is that now?
To keep it simple, it's soft and creamy with an earthy flavor.
Well, it looks like I learned something new just now. I had no idea what the hell that was, but regardless, is it there? Oh! At least the screen is open-minded. Martin, we come to you. Name a type of cheese.
How about blue cheese?
Fuck out of here, brah!
Let me guess, you don't really like blue cheese.
Don't like. I absolutely cannot stand that fucking disgusting so-called dish. And it better not be on the screen this time.
Holy shit, man.
Do not give me blue cheese at this time. Damn it. I didn't get my wish, but let's disregard that and move on to Mr. Messina over there. Name a type of cheese.
Gouda.
Good response. But, is it even an option? Hell yeah! No strikes so far, only one empty slot left. Yup, Carsyn, the final goes to you. Like I just said, this is the final slot, but for round 1 in total. If you get this one correct, you get full points. But if you get this one wrong, you get a strike. Now, this question can make you ahead of the Fireballs, so think carefully. So are you ready?
Oh fuck yeah.
Good. Name a type of cheese.
Say, mind if I ask you another quick question?
Oh sure, knock yourself out.
Do you also like Parmesan cheese? Because if you do, then that's my answer.
Finally, someone said it. I was waiting the whole damn time for that response. But of course, we have one problem. We don't know if it's there or not. Will the screen allow the Flash Floods to get ahead of the Fireballs? Come on now. It's official, people. The Flash Floods won the first round of the episode. And it was all thanks to Miss Carsyn Capedeville. The scoreboard is now Flash Floods 616, Fireballs 437. This means that the Flash Floods have beat the Fireballs by 177 points in total. For this round, that is. And the screen over there represents the total points of both teams.
At this rate, we definitely have a good chance of winning.
Yeah. All we got to do, beat them in the next 2 rounds.
Don't get too overconfident yet, boys. But as for you guys, we will take a short break. And when we come back, it will be round 2. So don't go away. Welcome back to Financial Battle Episode 2. And like I said before the break, this is round number 2. In this round, there are various questions. You can get either 100, 200, 300, or 400 points if you answer a question correctly. Of course, the teams get to request the pointers, but here is the catch. If a team answers a question wrong, the opponent steals 25% of the team's points. The team that gets up to 2,000 points wins this round. And since the Flash Floods won in the last round, we are going to start off with them. Before I even start, I must say you are doing pretty well so far.
Why thank you. Now let's move on to the main point.
I was going to say exactly that, but okay. But anyways, would you like a 100, 200, 300 or 400 pointer?
You know, we should go for a 100-point question.
But why 100 instead of 200? In fact, 200 doesn't sound too challenging. And most importantly, we want to maximize our points.
Pharisees, but if you think of it, it's better to start off smooth and then later upgrade our game. Think of it as the human life cycle.
Oh, I get it now.
It's confirmed, we are going for a 100-pointer.
100 pointer it is then. What is the process of breaking rocks down into smaller pieces? Is the answer A. Erosion, B. Weathering, C. Deposition, or D. Subduction?
This one is mad easy. The answer is simply A.
That is where you are wrong, it's B. Remember, erosion is the transportation, not the formation.
Relax, I was joking. The answer is weathering.
Oh, I see now.
In that case, we go with B as our answer.
Okay, let's see if it is right or not. And it turns out that weathering is correct, which means that the Flash Floods got 100. Now let's move on to the fireballs. Not gonna lie, you guys are kinda lagging. But aside that, would you like a 100, 200, 300 or a 400 pointer?
I mean, you ain't wrong. We are kinda lacking in points. And for that reason, we should go for a bigger step, 300 to be more specific.
I don't think that's the best idea.
But we are lacking in points.
And besides, don't you want to win some cash and prizes?
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't want to screw up on this one.
Well, Emily, you can't always be a bitch. In life, you are gonna have to take risks.
Braden is right. 300 makes more sense in this case.
Yeah, you are outnumbered on this one.
So sorry, Emily.
I suppose you are right.
In that case, we would like a 300-point question.
I got you right now. Here it is. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Is the answer A. Michelangelo, B. Vincent van Gogh, C. Leonardo da Vinci, or D. Pablo Picasso?
Oh, yeah, this is an easy giveaway. The answer is clearly C.
I told you it was worth the risk.
Yup. Pretty much everyone knows that Vinci painted the Mona Lisa.
As a result, we selected Leonardo da Vinci as our answer.
I don't know if it's right or not. That's why we are going to check if it's right or not. Yup. They got it correct, so they have no garnered 300 points. It's now back to the Flash Floods once again. Watch out, Brandt. The fireballs are ahead of you. But regardless, would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
Now I am thinking that we go with 200. Think about it, the fireballs are now ahead, and I would still be following Caden's strategy.
Agreed. And 200 doesn't sound too hard to me.
You two made good points. In that case, we would like a 200-point question.
Okay. I can give you just that. What is the largest desert in the world? Is the answer A. Sahara Desert, B. Gobi Desert, C. Arabian Desert, or D. Antarctic Desert?
Now this is kinda tricky, but probably the Sahara.
No, it is the Antarctic.
Bro, how the fuck is the answer Antarctic? I don't recall the Antarctic being a desert for fuck's sake. Aren't deserts supposed to be hot?
Remember, not all deserts are hot. They are characterized by being arid and receiving very little rain. The Gobi Desert is also cold, and since Antarctica is bigger than the Gobi Desert, the answer has to be D.
What Martin said, the answer is definitely D.
I guess so. Although I personally believe it's the Sahara.
Yo, what is your answer?
Oh my dear, the answer is the Antarctic.
I personally think it's A.
Martin responded first, so we are going with his answer. But still, let's verify first. And it turns out that Martin was correct, which means that they are now at 300 points.
See, Emilia, I told you it was D.
And yes, it's now back to the fireballs. Just a heads up, both teams are tied with 300. Would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
Seeing that we are in an okay position, I say go for 200.
I was gonna say 300, but okay.
My question is, are we doing 200 or 300?
I already agreed to 200, so let's go with the former.
I can rock with that.
Same here.
In that case, we would like a 200 pointer.
Noted. Here's your question. What is the capital of Brazil? Is the answer A. Rio de Janeiro, B. Sao Paulo, C. Brasilia, or D. Salvador?
Damn, this is easy stuff. It's Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah. This is the most obvious one.
Easy, it's definitely A.
It's been finalized. We are going with A as our answer.
So you guys picked Rio de Janeiro. I don't know. Let's check first to verify. Sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is Brasilia. Fireballs have now dropped down to 225. Flash floods are now at 375 points.
Damn, can't believe we fucked up on this one.
Flash floods, the camera now passes back to you. Yeah. The fireballs just fumbled by making a common mistake. Would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
Seeing that we are in the lead, why not stick with 200, and then upgrade to 300 in the next question or two?
You read my mind as I was thinking the same thing.
Same for me.
In that case, we are going with a 200 pointer.
Sure, okay, here's your question. What is the process by which organisms maintain a stable internal environment? Is the answer A. Homeostasis, B. Metabolism, C. Reproduction, or D. Growth?
Let's start off by eliminating reproduction and growth, since those two are far from the answer.
We don't even need elimination for this one. It's homeostasis right off the bat.
Yeah, plus that's the only sensible option left.
So for our definite answer, we go with A.
So you said homeostasis is your answer. Let's look. Yup. Homeostasis is our correct answer, which means that they are now at 575 points.
To be fair, that was an easy question.
Floor now passes to the fireballs. You guys really need to start picking up some slack. Would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
All right, we need to pick it up. The flash floods are way ahead of us.
Yeah, that's why we should jump to a 400 pointer.
Isn't that a little too radical? 300 I can understand, but 400, that's kinda pushing it.
Bullshit. We are risking this one. Like Brady said, you have to be willing to take risks, even if it means fuck all.
Now, I did not say anything about taking risks for fuck all, but yeah, we are gonna have to risk it in this case.
Shit, I guess you are right.
It's been decided, we are going for a 400 pointer.
A big jump, but okay, I can definitely do that. What was the Gilded Age? Is the answer A. A period of isolationism, B. A period of economic depression, C. A period of social and political reform, or D. A period of industrial growth and economic equality?
Shitting hell, I forgot what the fuck that was.
Luckily you have someone that does remember. To answer your question, it was a time of industrial growth but economic inequality.
And at the time, corruption was at an all-time high.
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me, pal.
Yeah, you cleared up my memory as well.
So it's settled. Our answer is industrial growth and economic inequality.
So your answer is D. Let's rock and roll then. Yeah. D is the correct option here. Scoreboard now reads the fireballs at 625 points. We come back to you, flash floods. Well, this game is looking pretty solid so far. But anyways, would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
Well, this is the point where we start to step up.
Sounds just about right. And we are like a fair point into the game.
And besides, it was bound to happen at some point.
So in this case, we would like a 300 pointer.
Okay, here you go. What was the significance of the Dred Scott decision? Is the answer A. It declared that all slaves were free. B. It declared that African Americans could not be citizens. C. It overturned the Missouri Compromise. Or D. All of the above.
Damn it. I have never heard of the Dred Scott decision before. Say, Caden, do you have somewhat of an idea?
Sorry man, I have no clue what that is.
Let's just make an educated guess on this one. We can start off by eliminating D.
Yeah. Let's eliminate C as well, since C has nothing to do with the majority.
So that now leaves us with A and B. I am stuck on deciding, so we are just gonna have to say it at random.
Maybe try it since Black Americans were technically citizens.
I was thinking the same shit as well.
And besides, we don't have much of a choice right now.
In that case, we go with A as our final answer.
You sure about that? You guys seem a little unclear.
Yeah. This question is so hard.
Well, if you say so. Nope. The freedom of slaves is not the answer. The correct answer is B. Flash floods have now dropped to 431. Fireballs are now at 769 points. Yup, it's now back to the fireballs at this time. As you can see, the flash floods fumbled. But aside that, would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
We are in a relatively good position right now, so we don't need to go all crazy right now. So I say going for a 200 pointer would do the trick.
Isn't that too little?
So what do you suggest then?
I was thinking to go for 300, just to make it harder for the floods to catch up.
Now that would be nice, but it's not necessary at the moment.
That's what I have been saying to him.
Oh yeah, I can see where you are coming from.
In that case, we would like a 200 pointer.
A 200 pointer it is then. What is the device that converts mechanical energy into electrical energy? Is the answer A, motor, B, batter, C, transformer, or D, generator?
Okay, now this is almost common knowledge, it's generator.
That sounds just about right.
Though I wouldn't call it common knowledge, but yeah, the answer is definitely generator.
In that case, we go with D as in Dora as our answer.
You have selected generator as your answer. Let's verify. Turns out generator is the correct answer. Fireballs are now at 969 points, almost halfway to winning the round. And it's now back to the flash floods. Hate to say it, but you guys are falling behind. But anyways, would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
You know, maybe one more 300 pointer would do.
Sorry, but I disagree.
What? But why?
Bro, we are completely lagging right now and we need to pick it up.
Exactly, motherfucker. I say we go for a 400 pointer.
What? But we agreed to do 300 for one more question.
Well, looks like that has to be changed. Right, Martin and Brandt?
You girls are actually correct.
So sorry, Caden, we are going with Carsyn's and Emilia's suggestions.
Our minds are made up. We are going with a 400 pointer.
I got that, so let's rock and roll. What is the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area? Is the answer A, Lake Superior, B, Lake Victoria, C, Lake Huron, or D, Lake Michigan?
Okay, this question is more in our favor.
You know, we could easily use context clues to answer this question.
I was going to say exactly that. And based on the clues given, the answer is clearly A.
I was going to say that, but okay.
Same here as well.
In that case, we go with A as in Ava for our answer.
Okay, let's see if Lake Superior lives up to its name. Yes, turns out Lake Superior is our correct option. Flash floods are now at 831 points, which means that it is now back to the fireballs. Just to remind you, y'all are still ahead in this round. But anyways, would you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
At this point, we should upgrade to 300.
Yeah, since the flash floods are moving it.
I agree as well. And at that point we would be less than halfway to winning.
So we would like a 300 pointer.
Noted. So here you go. What is the name of the type of fault that forms at a divergent plate boundary? Is the answer A, normal fault, B, reverse fault, C, strike-slip fault, or D, transform fault?
Goddamn, I don't even know the answer to that one.
Me neither, bro. I don't know what the fuck to say.
The best approach is to take an educated guess. We know that the word divergent means different, so our best bet is transform fault.
Pretty much, since we don't have much of a choice. And transform is the only thing that comes close enough.
Guess I am just going to have to take your word for it.
Well, we have decided to go with transform fault. So just tell us if it's right or wrong.
Now I can't tell you right off the bat. I am gonna have to check and see first. Sorry, but transform fault is the wrong answer. The correct answer is normal fault. Fireballs are now down to 727, and the flash floods are now at 1073. And the mic now passes back to the floods. As you just saw, the fireballs had another fumble. But anyways, would you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
I know it's tempting to go for a 300 pointer, but let's not work ahead of ourselves and settle with 200.
But wait, didn't you say earlier that we are upgrading step at a time?
Yeah, so why are we downgrading to 200?
Think about it. We are well ahead, so a big question isn't really needed right now.
Oh, thanks for clearing our confusion.
We have decided that we are going for 200.
I got your request ready to go. What is the most abundant gas in Earth's atmosphere? Is the answer A, hydrogen, B, carbon dioxide, C, nitrogen, or D, hydrogen?
Damn! Another giveaway. It's nitrogen.
Yeah. I recall doing that in biology class.
Agreed.
In that case, our answer is nitrogen.
Noted. Let's see if Carsyn is the right answer. Ha! Turns out that Carsyn is our correct response. Flash floods are now at 1,273. It's now back to the fireballs. Update, the floods are now ahead by 550 points. But anyways, would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
Since we fumbled on the last one, we should try again. At this point, 300 and 400 are our only options.
No shit, Sherlock, but are we doing 300 or 400 right now?
When I said let's try again, I meant another 300 pointer.
Oh, okay.
So it's been decided, we are going for another 300 pointer.
Another 300 pointer it is, my G. What was the name of the US policy to prevent the spread of communism? Is the answer A. Containment, B. Appeasement, C. Isolationism, or D. Pacifism?
Now that's something I can easily answer. So the correct response is A.
True, I remember learning this in US history, so the answer is containment.
Yeah, that sounds just about accurate.
We can now confirm that our answer is A as in Ava.
Sure. Let's verify first. Yes, sir. Containment is our answer. Fireballs are now at 1,023 points, but still behind the floods. We now come back to the flash floods, and just as a reminder, you guys are now leading by 250. Aside that now, would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
Alright, let's go back to 300. As for 400, we will use it when the time is right.
Now that's actually a good plan. I suggest going for 400 when we are close to 2,000.
Oh, I will keep that in mind.
All right, sir. Give us a 300-point question.
Okay, Miss Williams, I got you covered. What is the name of the process by which water vapor changes into ice? Is the answer A. Condensation, B. Evaporation, C. Precipitation, or D. Sublimation?
Now we can start by eliminating B and C, since they are far from the answer, so that now leaves us with A and D.
No need for the elimination crap. The answer is straight up D.
I was going to say that, but thank you.
Same here as well.
We all have come to a middle ground of sublimation.
Good call, but let's see if it's right first. Yeah, D as in David is actually true. Flash floods are now at 1,573 points. It's now back to the fireballs. Another update, they are now leading by 550 points. But with that aside, would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
Yup, we are at a point where we need to start aiming for harder questions.
True, so our best bet is 400.
I am actually on board with the idea.
In that case, we would like a 400 pointer.
I got you covered. Let's rock and roll. What is the name of the process by which Earth's rotation causes winds and ocean currents to curve? Is the answer A. Dynamo effect, B. Coriolis effect, C. Greenhouse effect, or D. El Nino, southern oscillation?
Sometimes I like to eliminate answers in a multiple choice. In this case, it's C and D. So that leaves us with A and B.
Another helpful point, the dynamo effect is associated with magnetic fields.
So that leaves us with the Coriolis effect.
As a matter of fact, the answer is indeed the Coriolis effect. And yes, we go with B as our answer.
Okay, let's see for ourselves. Coriolis effect is indeed our correct answer. The fireballs are now at 1,423 points. And it's now back to the flash floods. Yup, you guys are now leading with 150 points. But with that aside, would you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
Remember the time where I said bumping up to 400 is the best idea? Well, now is that time.
And besides, we should now start aiming for harder questions.
Fairseas, and we are close to 2,000 anyways.
In that case, we would like a 400-point question.
400 pointer it is then. Who was the first president of the Soviet Union? Is the answer A. Joseph Stalin, B. Vladimir Lenin, C. Nikita Khrushchev, or D. Mikhail Gorbachev?
Shit. I don't even know the answer.
Maybe try taking an educating guess. We can start off by eliminating A.
Yeah, but at the same time none of us know, so we're just going to have to do it at random.
My question is, which one are we going with?
Probably C.
Yeah, I trust Carsyn enough on this one.
So tell us if C is correct or not.
I can't answer that up front, but I can check right now if you want. Sorry, but that is not the answer. The correct answer is Vladimir Lenin. The flash floods have now dropped to 1,180 points. Fireballs are now up to 1,816 points. And it's now back to the fireballs once again. As you can see, you all are now ahead of the flash floods. But as for the main point, Would you like a 100, 200, 300, or a 400 pointer?
We are less than 200 points away, so we can go a little easy and go for an easier question.
Yup, you read my mind. I was saying to go for 200 as well.
And let's just face it, the floods ain't got no damn chance.
It's decided that we are going for 200.
Don't you worry, I got you covered too. What is the type of rock that is formed from heat and pressure? Is the answer A, sedimentary, B, igneous, C, metamorphic, or D, volcanic?
Hell yeah. This is another giveaway. The answer is easily metamorphic. Yo, Mr. Nelson, just go with C as in caddy for our answer.
Damn, that was quick, but I am gonna check for you right now. Yeah, Miss Aucoin, metamorphic is actually right. With only one round left in the episode, the Fireballs have scored 2,016 points in this round. Flash Floods were initially at the top, but they fumbled and their new standing is 1,180 points. And the screen over there represents the total standing of points. Fireballs at 2,453 and Flash Floods at 1,796 points. Fireballs are currently leading with 657 points. But before we move on to round 3, I need 2 volunteers from both teams. So these 4 lovely girls will be playing in the round. We will take a short break, and when we come back, it will be round 3. So don't go away. Welcome back to Financial Battle Episode 2. And like I said before the break, these 4 girls will be representing their teams for this round. Their names are Ava Gardner, Ava Aucoin, Carsyn, and Emilia. So here is the game plan. They will answer 5 questions for their team. Their responses will pop up on the screen. They will generate a specific number of points. Whichever team has the most overall points wins it all. But before we move on, what are the prizes that we have up for this episode?
We have a brand new PlayStation 5, a brand new Chanel bag for the ladies, and tickets for an all-paid expense cruise trip to the Bahamas. And those are prizes for episode 2.
Why, thank you, Zenon. So we are starting with the Fireballs to the left. So Carsyn and Emilia, feel free to exit the stage. Now with the Flash Floods off the stage, I can confirm that I am starting with Ava Gardner. So Miss Aucoin, feel free to exit along with those 2 other ladies. So that now leaves me and you. So like I said earlier, you along with Ava A will be answering 5 questions for your team. The reason why I told the other 3 to get off stage so that they can't hear your answer. Objective, generate the most points as possible to win. You got that?
I got it.
So let's rock and roll. Name a city in Louisiana.
New Orleans.
Name a Caribbean country.
Barbados.
Name a popular pizza topping.
Pepperoni.
Name something people do on vacation.
Shopping.
Name a famous rapper.
Drake.
Now those were some pretty interesting answers. Let's see how you did. For the first question, I asked you to name a city in Louisiana. You gave me New Orleans. Screen says 65 points. In question 2, I asked you to name a Caribbean country. You gave me Barbados. Screen says 140 points. For question 3, I asked you to name a popular pizza topping. You gave me pepperoni. Screen says 83 points. Question 4 asked you to name something people do on vacation. You said shopping. Screen says 37 points. In question 5, I asked you to name a famous rapper. You answered Drake. Screen says 59 points. And that is 319 points in total from your answers. I now need Ava Aucoin on stage. To summarize, your teammate managed to generate 319 points. I will ask you 5 questions. You are not allowed to duplicate any answers. If you do, you will hear. And I will then say try again. Here is a reminder of Ava G's answers. So let's rock and roll. Name a city in Louisiana.
Lafayette.
Name a Caribbean country.
Cuba.
Name a popular pizza topping.
Olives.
Name something people do on vacation.
Entertainment.
Name a famous rapper.
Drake.
Try again.
Lil Wayne.
Good responses. Now let's see how you performed. So in the first question, I asked you to name a city in Louisiana. You answered Lafayette. Screen says 44 points. Second question asked you to name a Caribbean country. You said Cuba. Screen says 61 points. Question 3 asked you to name a popular pizza topping. You gave me olives. Screen says 16 points. Question 4 asked you something people do on vacation. You gave me entertainment. Screen says 47 points. In question 5, I asked you to name a famous rapper. You answered, Lil Wayne. Screen says, 11 points. And that is a total of 498 points. And the screen over there shows your overall points in the game. We are now moving on to the flash floods. So I need Carsyn on stage, please. Alright, Miss Capedeville, I will be asking you 5 questions. Emilia is currently off stage where she can't hear your answers. You are not allowed to duplicate any answers. If you do, you will hear. And then I will say try again. Down below are the 2 Ava's answers. Let's rock and roll. Name a city in Louisiana.
New Orleans.
Try again.
Baton Rouge.
Name a country in the Caribbean.
Jamaica.
Name a popular pizza topping.
Pineapple.
Name something people do on vacation.
Shopping.
Try again.
Entertainment.
Try again.
Nothing.
Name a famous rapper.
Eminem.
Thank you. Now let's see the results. In question number 1, I asked you to name a city in Louisiana. You said, Baton Rouge. Screen says, 60 points. Second question asked you to name a Caribbean country. You gave me, Jamaica. Screen says, 168 points. Third question asked you to name a popular pizza topping. You gave me, pineapple. Screen says, 99 points. Question 4 asked you to name something people do on vacation. You gave me, nothing. Screen says, 59 points. Question 5 asked you to name a famous rapper. You gave me, Eminem. Screen says, 200 points. And which leads to a total of 526 points. I now need Emilia Williams on stage. Just like Carsyn, I am going to ask you 5 questions. You are not allowed to duplicate any answers. If you do, you will hear. And I will then say try again. I forgot to say this, but Carsyn generated 526 points for your team. Down below are the answers you cannot duplicate. Let's rock and roll. Name a city in Louisiana.
Shreveport.
Name a Caribbean country.
The Bahamas.
Name a popular pizza topping.
Cheese.
Name something people do on vacation.
Outdoor activities.
Name a famous rapper.
Tupac.
I like those answers. So now let's see how you did. For the first question, I asked you to name a city in Louisiana. You gave me Shreveport. Screen says 52 points. Question 2 asked you to name a Caribbean country. You gave me the Bahamas. Screen says 112 points. Question 3 asked you to name a popular pizza topping. You gave me cheese. The screen says 121 points. The fourth asked you to name something people do on vacation. You gave me outdoor activities. Screen says 162 points. The fifth question asked you to name a famous rapper. You gave me Tupac. Screen says 212 points. It's official, people! The Flash Floods have won it all this episode. Flash Floods had 2,981 points. Fireballs had 2,935 points. In summary, Flash Floods by a 46-point margin. Thank you all so much for tuning in this episode, and I will see you all in episode 3. Khalil Nelson signing out for now.